We are the only country that allows parliamentarians and the ministers employed here very fat, overweight, sweating, and telling us that we must believe in our country, that when we see a swimming pool, we must call it a fire pool. We are here to tell the president, to tell the ministers, to tell those paranoid members of the National Executive Committee of the ANC that in fact all of you should have resigned for allowing the private sector and your corrupt public servants to steal 246 million rand from us, the taxpayers. And please, don't shift the blame to the public sector workers as you usually do. Yes. You have to take political responsibility, for you know that you budgeted 27 million for the updates in Uganda. You were told by the media in 2009 that we have spent already over 60 million. You did nothing about it. You were told again in 2010 that they have spent over 100 million instead of 27 million. You did nothing. Now 246 has been spent and you still have a cheek to tell us that we must expect to pay more. We've read enough about SAA and the billions of rands that it keeps coming back to us to pay because our government deploy the most corrupt and inefficient of leaders to run such an important operation. We have had enough of ESCOM and load shedding. We have had enough of the squabbles in Petro, South Africa. We have had enough of the reports we see in Prasa. We have read enough of the scandals in Transnet, including the fact that they took comrades a cool 50 billion rand of our money and gave it to 4 or 5 companies in China to build carriages. And let's tell you, here in Gauteng, in the East Rand, Ekurhuleni, there is a company called the Union Carriage, which have been building carriages for Transnet for many decades. It was sidelined now, and 50 billions were taken to go build jobs, create jobs in China. We now settling with the situation where 242 workers working in Union Carriage are being retrenched, and that company will be closed. The relation between corruption and our crisis of unemployment is so real and is so direct. We are one of the few countries in the world so rich with our minerals, with some of the richest individuals found here in our country, earning millions and millions, dying from diseases associated with overeating, when the majority of our people are dying from the diseases associated with poverty. It is only in this country where we allow a situation where out of the 53 million of us, 8.4 million are unemployed, or 35% of ourselves cannot find jobs, or 60% of all the people who are unemployed have not been employed for the past 5 years or for the rest of their lives. We are the only country that allows that 60% of our young people must not be employed. We are the only country so rich with everything where 54% of its population is living in poverty, where 14 million of its citizens go to bed every night without eating anything, where 14 million of its citizens is facing hunger and 26 million is living below $1 a day. We are the only country that competed with the rest of the world during its struggle for liberation, competed with Brazil, with Bolivia, and many other countries when it comes to inequalities. But 21 years down the line into our freedom, we have become the most unequal land in the rest of humanity. There is no country that tolerates so much inequalities as we do. We are the only country that puts together important legislations and institutions, but that means absolutely zilch in our struggle against corruption. The public auditor, let me say, the Auditor General tells us now that when he audited the books of the state, the government, for the period 2013 and 2014, he found that 72% of all the state institutions do not report, do not comply with the PFMA. And we are being asked to keep quiet about that. If we raise our voice, we're supposed to be anti-ANC, we're supposed to be having agendas to form political parties, we're supposed to be anti-Jacob Zuma, we're supposed to be anti-this and that. Here in this country, according to the receiver of revenue, they issued a report that in 2012 alone, 30 billion US dollars left this country through this program they call the illicit cash outflows, where they hide their money, they hide their profit, they take it out and hide it in other countries where they enjoy it with their children whilst we are dying here in poverty. Here in this country, we allow a situation where the judge that have been asked by Parliament to investigate the entirety of the tax system in the country says to our parliamentarians that if our government was actively ensuring that the private sector is not engaged in what we call the price transfers, where they create wealth here, sell it to the companies they have created, and then send those products to companies they owe in the tax havens of the world. And they make money whilst dodging their tax responsibility to South Africans. The tax judge said if government was doing its work, we would have been saved the 1% tax rise we saw in the last financial year. We want to thank all the leadership of the faith-based organization, and we know, as we have said, This is a movement they will lead to cleanse South Africa from all the cockroaches that are eating our moral fibre away wherever they are found.
Be informed. Read record.